the UN Legal Identity Agenda was established in 2018 at the request of the Secretary General's Office. It comprises of now 16 UN agencies working together in a coherent approach to accelerate progress on achieving SDG target 16.9. The work of the UNEA has evolved over the years, but essentially when it was first established, it was established with a request that as UN agencies we come together and as a first step we define what we mean by legal identity so that we have a coherent understanding, a one UN approach, a comprehensive approach to legal identity. In the absence of an internationally defined definition of legal identity, that was a challenge because we had to really think this through and reach a consensus, which we did as UN agencies. We defined what we meant by legal identity, and that definition was then presented to the Statistical Commission of the UN and then to the Economic and Social Council of the UN, which endorsed it and approved it, and now therefore it's been approved and endorsed by member states. And that's the definition by which we operate, which adopts a life cycle approach from birth to death to legal identity, and which recognizes that at the core of establishing a legal identity for all is a strong, robust, inclusive, comprehensive civil registration systems that ensures that everybody can be registered, ideally immediately after birth. So that was one task that we were given. Another important task that we were given by the Secretary General's Office at the time was to ensure that we focus our attention on accelerating progress towards achieving legal identity for all, including birth registration. And hence, we started our focus on the African continent, because that is where the highest burden of unregistered children is and where we have many adults who lack legal identity. And in particular, we zoomed in on 13 priority countries where we really think we need to be focusing our attention to shift the needle. We did country assessments working together with UNICEF in Africa and other partners in Africa to understand what the ecosystem was with relation to civil registration, national ID systems, and vital statistics systems. And based on that, we developed recommendations which many of the governments have taken on board, now establishing national level task forces or committees to really develop a roadmap for those countries on how they're going to accelerate progress to achieve legal identity for all, and what are the key actions that they need to take, what are the investments that they need to make, but most importantly, to be very strategic. So how to use the limited resources available in the most impactful way. And again, getting it right from the start, registering children at birth is a key strategies that we recommend all countries should follow. In addition to that, the UNEA has also produced a lot of global guidance for countries. It is doing research on new and emerging issues such as biometrics, digital identity, all these factors that are very relevant for the legal identity agenda, including to ensure that there is appropriate governance, safeguarding, and protection for individuals. So it really providing technical support to countries. And then as UNICEF, we complement that, of course, with our technical support on the ground. You know, there are almost 80 countries in which we work in where we have birth registration programs in place with our government, with civil society, trying to support governments to really advance and achieve universal birth registration.